Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Dragon Quest XI on PC in 4K. The search for the remaining orbs continues, and having followed the tragic tale of Kai and Michelle's ill-fated interspecies tryst through to its conclusion, the party set out to the sea to try and use Lorelai's harp to reach the underwater nation of Nautica, where they hope to uncover some clues as to the whereabouts of the giant pearl that sank beneath the waves. The harp works, and the salty stallion descends safely to the ocean floor. Once there, the party are granted an audience with Queen Marina and informed her of Michelle's unfortunate fate. As a mark of gratitude for having gone through such great lengths to help one of her subjects, she presents them with the green orb as a reward. Their goal in going there achieved, their friends set out from Nautica to seek the remaining orbs, with the Queen's parting words still ringing in their ears. All roads lead from the Tree of Life to the tree return. To the tree return. Okay. I'm the biggest bookworm in the Academy. I've read every single volume in this library from cover to cover. If you're looking for an interesting read, I can highly recommend All That Glitters Is Soon Gone. It's all about the Elysian bird that lives in the valley to the east. There's this book called All That Glitters Is Soon Gone, A Tale of Condors and Criminality by David Attenfield. Deep in the eastern reaches of the Champs Sauvages, a secluded valley sits high in the mountains. The locals call it the Eerie Eyrie, for it is a nesting place of that most infernal of flying fiends, the Elysian bird. Like many of its smaller avial cousins, the bird shows a compulsive interest in objects that twinkle and glisten, and will roam far and wide in search of such treasures. The most egregious example of this behavior occurred quite recently, when a particularly aggressive individual attacked a nearby manor house. The beast tore through the very roof of the building and made away with a large silver orb, the most priceless heirloom of the noble family who dwelt there. The monster was thought to have taken the orb back to Eyrie, but a party sent to recover it never returned. It seems likely that both they and the treasure they sought will never be seen again. Looks like the previous year's student register. There's a list of all kinds of weird and wonderful names, followed by a note saying that the register for the next school year will be compiled soon. There's no book entitled The Medal-Winning Wisdom of Lady Minette Maximilian. Odd takes herself and looks a closer look. Well, sure is. If you ever are lost as to how to... Let's try that again. Controller acting funny again. Well, sure is. If you're ever lost as to how to be perfect little ladies, I ask you to do one thing for me. Remember the example of the Mindy Medal Hunt? What is the first thing that we do when we set out in search of our little friends? That's right, we unroll our trusty world maps and think carefully about where we will begin our search. In other words, we exercise our knowledge of the world and our powers of reason. It is these two things on which all our actions as mature, thoughtful ladies must be based. To discover many medals is to discover the world, and this is why we seek them out, because to be a woman in this day and age means to be a thinker and a doer par excellence. Hello, I'm Conchella, and I'm a shell slime. If anyone asks you what's got a foot but no legs, the answer is me. I love a good riddle. I'm just putting finishing touches on my most mind-bending, brain-straining riddles yet. Soon as they're ready, I'll challenge you to a royal riddle bonanza. I'll fail that, whatever that is. This book called Perfect Picnics for Monster Riding Mademoiselles. A skull rider's steed is fast and strong, but not as fast as the rider's tummy. but not so fast that the rider's tummy doesn't start to rumble before he reaches his destination. Anyone who's traveled on monsterback knows that it's hungry work, which is why whenever we set out to see the world atop a monster mount, I make sure to pack a hearty lunch. 2 large rounds of sandwiches and a pot of coffee with 3 lumps of sugar and plenty of milk. The perfect traveler's picnic. With that in my knapsack, I'm ready to sit backwards and watch the world go by in style, knowing that I have a real treat awaiting me when hunger strikes. Well, luck. Odd finds a recipe called Next Level Neckwear. Takes a look inside, learns how to make stars of clarity, necklaces of immunity, and full moon colors. Rousing rose colors, care rivieres, and torches of truth. Protective pendants, chokers of riddance, and dark colors. And papillion pendants. Okay. Autumn's looking at random and sees the word jackpot printed in large letters on the page. It must be his lucky day. There's a book called The Seven Wonders of l'Académie de Notre Maître de Mediales. Odd takes it from the shelf and takes a closer look. Wonder number 7, the mysterious rose of the window, a student slain in a terrible accident. This spirit, once the people of l'Académie, is doomed not only to remain in our world, but to remain in the very spot where she met with her untimely death. She appears in the prep rooms at night, as is never seen anywhere else. Her mournful face can be seen staring from the windows on a cold, lonely evenings. At what she gazes, only she can know. Perhaps she still dreams of graduating, something she can never do, and of the chance to go out and see the big, wide world. Oh, finds book, Fine and Dandy Designs. Can make smart suits, posh waistcoats, bling bling belts. Let's see, a book called King Charlemagne's Maximally Marvelous Idea. Since long before the Metal King ever became a king, he lived only for his beloved mini medals, gathering many of his little golden friends as he could, as was all he ever cared about. But the moment he held his newborn daughter in his arms, something changed. Suddenly he found himself caring about someone else's happiness. He wanted the best for his little girl, no matter what it took. For 3 days and 3 nights, he racked his brains, trying to think of how he might ensure that the princess grew to be a wise, graceful, beautiful woman who loved mini medals just as much as he did. Then, on the morning of the 4th day, as he performed his daily exercises, especially tailored to help him seek out many medals, of course, he had an idea. Eureka, he shouted, I shall create a school where young ladies can learn of the wonders of mini medals, and so l'Académie de Notre Maître de Mediales was born. Crazy old coot. I'm afraid I'm something of a clean freak. I keep the corridors spick and span, but the library's so dark and dusty, I simply don't know where to begin. I'm sure the books must be very valuable. Our school is ever such a good one after all, but they're also musty and moldy and old. Still, I'm sure an adventurer like yourself would find them an absolute goldmine of useful information, if you could bear the palm. Ah, you must be the voyager Monsieur Medal told me of. I am Madame de Beauvoir, Vice Principal of l'Académie. Perhaps you might be able to help me with enquête privée, a private investigation. I was tidying the bookshelves in the bibliothèque the other day when I made a strange discovery. In amongst the old and dusty textbooks, I found a diary. I thought it was probably left behind by an ex-étudiante, a girl who had once studied here. So I had a petit peep inside, but what I found there was encore curieux, very strange indeed. Tell me, Voyager, will you help me out to get to the bottom of this a little mystery? Madame Vera wants to look at the mysterious message left in the student's dusty diary. Yeah, sure. Merci, Voyager. Thank you very much. Bon allure, let me tell you what was written in this journal. There I will bury my memories where the shadow of the bush trees that we dream beneath the stretches of the evening light. All that I leave behind is left to you, my dearest friend. It may be merely my imagination, but I cannot help thinking that this message is meant for me. When we were girls, my best friend and I would often sit on the swings beneath the old birch branches and speak of what our lives would be like when we were grandes personnes. If this message is from elves, then I must know what it means. What is buried out there in the garden? The garden? I would go and search myself, but alas, during the day I'm busy with my work, and at night I cannot see what I'm digging. If you would search for the jardin in my stead, I would be très obligé. Very grateful indeed. Eh bien, allow me to read the message to you encore une fois. Here I bear my memories where the shadow of the bush tree that we dream beneath stretches in the evening light. All that I leave behind, I leave to you, my dear friend. I'll accept a memorable mystery quest. Hello, I'm Madeline. I'm the head dinner monitor. Do you want to know what's on the menu tonight? Sure. Tee, then I'll tell you. Madame Cook will be serving her specialty, Brazilian sausages. If you pour one in a freshly baked bun made of Swaziland wheat and add some fried onions from Pang Lai, it makes an amazing hot dog. Tonight's scoop is cream of vegetable, and for dessert we have a strawberry cake from the finest bakery in Godolia, and exotic fruits fresh from Honolulu. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. Dinner time can't come quick enough. Working for these girls is a true test of endurance. If you think they are delicate flowers nibbling away on raindrops and sunbeams, no, they are ravenous monsters with bottomless pits with their stomachs should be. No matter how much I pile on the plates, they lick them clean and beg for more. Still, you are what you eat, they say. The deviants to be are lucky I use only the finest ingredients. There's a book called Jolly Songs for Jolly Girls. Grubby Grublins, a traditional Zwarustrian folk song. Don't be shy, sing along. Grubby Grublins, so small and strange and lumpy. Grubby Grublins, some are gloomy, some are grumpy. Gloomy Grublins always sad. Grumpy Grublins always mad. Come, little Grublins, it's not so bad. Grubby Grublins. Yeah, sure. Stories titled I Love to Hate You, a schoolyard scandal. Standing in an unkept field behind the school, the wind playing with the crimson scarf wrapped tightly around her neck and tussling her, hobbing her, Emily's eyes burned with barely concealed rage. Finally, Matilda appeared. The two girls locked eyes. The stalk of an unripe cherry poked from the corner of Matilda's mouth. You took your time, Emily. Her voice was harsh, almost screaming. Don't speak to me with your mouth full, Matilda, Emily snapped back. You know how I hate that. You'd want to make me angry now, would you? Matilda grinned her wicked grin and spat the cherry pip high into the air where it soared into a lazy arc. And it was then that Emily realized the moment the pip hit the ground would mark the start of the fateful fight between these two long-standing rivals. To be continued. Will Emily survive? What will happen to Matilda? Read the stunning conclusion in the next month's issue, The Scarlet Scarf's Farewell. Oh, hello there. My name is Priscilla, and I have a problem. A secret anguish that I can't tell any of my classmates. You look like a tight-lipped sort of fellow. If I share my deepest, darkest secret with you, will you promise not to tell anyone? Priscilla wants you to help her with something that she's worrying her recently. It seems you're the only person she feels comfortable talking to. Yeah, sure. Muha, thank you so much. Now, have you heard of the Mini Monde? It's our school newsletter. Well, I heard that Madame Shadi was was starting a new column offering advice to the Lovelorn, so I wrote a letter to ask her about my secret passion. But I'm too afraid to read her answer. What if she says she'll never be mine? My heart would break clean in two. That's why I need someone to read it for me. But I can't ask any of my classmates. They can never know the unfathomable depths of my desire. But before you come in, could you go and read this month's issue of Le Minimum for me and see what Madame Cherry says I should do? You'll find it pinned up in the notice on the notice board in the gallery overlooking issue Medialis Study. If you can't see it, just ask Bastien, the editor. She's a hammerhood, so you should be able to spot her easily enough. She'll be able to tell you where to find it. Accepts the Agony and the Ecstasy quest. Hey, guess what I'm thinking? What do you think? Are you thinking about those fairies you saw at the bottom of the gardens? Maybe you're imagining what it would be like to dance at the Heliodorian Ball. Don't joke. You know that when I look into your eyes, I can't think of anything else. Oh, you're such a silly Billy. I'm Bastien, editor-in-chief of the school newsletter, Le Minimum. Not that you know from this big blank 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 space on the notice board. I just finished tacking up this month's issue when it got caught by the breeze and blew out the window. And to top it all off, it was a all new format. Even had the long-awaited Shetty column advice for the Lovelorn from Madame Shetty herself. Were you hoping to get some advice yourself? I'm sorry, but it would take me far too long to reprint it. I've decided to write this issue off and start work on the next one instead. If you're absolutely desperate to read Madame Shetty's column, you'll just have to hunt down the one and only copy. It blew away in the direction of Erie. I wager that some kind of monster has found it and stuck it up on a signpost somewhere. Why do I think that? Because it was a masterpiece, of course. Even the meanest monster would recognize its genius and will want to share it with the whole world. Okay, really? Fine. I think there's anything else. That's it. If Madame Wanda finds out that I pinched her favorite whip and threw it away, goodness knows. The whip needs to be +1, so I need to find a campsite so I can use my mini forge. Trees can't be here. my bow. This is. Many like it there are, but mine, this one is. My best friend my bow is. My life it is. Master it I must. And you are? The master speaks not of one such as you. Perhaps you might like it too. Well, might like to participate, Should you wish to take part in the Cosmo Challenge, the master you must seek. In Galapagos City he awaits. Find him and you must. Speak with him, you must. Right. swords. Alright, I'm gonna give him whips. Materials probably can make a whip. Said the maid wasn't good enough. Oh, they're all running away.
Well, that was easy.
Restores at least 50 HP or increase maximum MP when wielding heavy wands.
We'll soon have that patched up. Did I do all right? I feel
Who else
better
wants
than
some?
ever.
Force barrier protects all party members from lightning-based attacks, or force barrier from all light-based attacks.
We'll soon have that patched up.
Easy.
goodness. Did I do all right? Wonderful.
Who else wants some? Ha!
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Another one?
Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap, and watching Dragon Quest XI on PC in 4K. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.